Hey, how's everybody doing? Another video for you. This time I wanted to cover a little bit about free agent pickup Tevin Coleman. I know there's been a lot of different videos shown about some of his highlights and things. Wanted to talk a little bit about how Shanahan could use him. So I went back to 2016 and I wanted to pull up a few plays from that year because how he's been used the last couple of years, while we may use him like that, I thought it would be a little bit more on point to go back to how Shanahan used him. So here's one of the last games that Shanahan used him in. It was the playoffs, 2016. This is against Seattle, and so I also wanted to show this one because this is a team that we're very familiar with, that we've played over and over and over again, and so this might be how we use him to attack Seattle in the future. This play, it's as you can see, it's in the red zone. Seattle's coming out in their cover three, the same defense that we run. So you see the single high safety. What he's going to do here is use Coleman in a really interesting way out of the backfield. Now, if you remember a couple of my old videos about how we beat the Seahawks, I was showing how Shanahan used play action to set up a flood concept. Here, he's going to dress it up and attack it from a different way. So what he's going to do is he's going to run this receiver on a streak. That's actually more of a streak post. Once he gets into the end zone, he's going to run a post. The idea is to carry this corner out. And then when I showed it with us, what he did is we ran the tight end out out on a deep out. Here, he's going to run him to the flat. What this is going to do is here's your curl flat defender. I'll highlight him here. This is your curl flat defender. So he's responsible for the flat area. This tight end's motion out is going to pick up this guy because normally you're going to be looking for him to be running a deep out on a flood concept. But instead, Shanahan runs the tight end out to the flat, and then he's going to come back and bring Coleman, who's lined up in the backfield. He's going to run a deep out. And so he's going to come out off the backfield, run vertical, and then run it out. The reason why you can use Coleman as opposed to some other guys, like if you put an Alfred Morris back here, he just doesn't have the speed to do this. He doesn't have the speed and the ability to cut to get up the field and out, because that's a long route for a running back. Normally, this kind of a route's going to be run from a tight end or a receiver in the slot with it is going to be 5-6 steps shorter. So you need a guy with a lot of speed to do this, or else you are putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback and your offensive line. And then what he's going to do is he's going to end up bringing Julio Jones across the field. What this is going to do is it's going to occupy the hook curl defender. This is Cam Chancellor. Once he's, because it's Julio Jones, and so once you see Julio coming across, Cam Chancellor's going to jump this. He's assuming that the vertical is just going to stay vertical in the seam area. And so this is going to end up opening up Tevin Coleman on a deep out. So let's watch the video and you can see how this goes. So here you see how the tight end has grabbed the curl flat defender. The deep post has grabbed the outside third. And here the key is going to be on Cam Chancellor, that he's not going to assume that they're going to run a deep out with a running back. He's looking to attack Julio Jones. Now Matt Ryan does a good job here. He sidesteps some pressure, but you see Cam Chancellor is looking now to jump Julio Jones, and you see Coleman breaking wide open. And then he ends up just alone in the end zone. It's an easy pitch and catch. Atlanta gets a touchdown. So let's watch this in real time. You'll see how quickly, just watch how quickly he can run this route. There's not a lot of running backs in the NFL that can do that. There's just not that many guys. I mean, he's got the speed of a wide receiver from the running back position, which is a very valuable thing. So here I want to talk about also how he's used in the passing game. This is Week 1, 2016 against the Bucks. It's 3rd and 6, and the Buccaneers are trying to show that they're going to bring all this pressure. They're bringing all these guys up. There's no safety in the middle of the field right now. So they're trying to show all this pressure. And what they're actually going to do is come out in a fire zone, and they're going to drop this D end into coverage. And Shanahan here, what he did is he ran a couple ins. These guys just came in, hooked over the middle. Or excuse me, not that guy. This guy comes in, hooks over the middle. This receiver comes, hooks over the middle, and then they're going to run a deep in over here. They're trying to hit this route, and then Coleman's just going to run a quick flat route. So this is designed against zone coverage, assuming it's going to be a cover 3. These are to grab the underneath hook curl defenders, and then you're going to hit your deep in. But the hot route's going to be Coleman if they come with a blitz that he's going to look for there, because you kind of have this natural rub action. There ends up, because they're trying to get pressure so quickly, this corner ends up jumping on this curl route, and that leaves Coleman one-on-one with the D end. Here, he does a really good job. He ends up making a very athletic catch. So let's watch this. So you see Julio Jones is coming. He's grabbed the corner. That leaves Coleman out here with a D end. Now, Matt Ryan tries to lead him away from the D end because he doesn't want to throw into this window. So he throws it kind of on his back shoulder, and he ends up making a really good play. And this is good for running back. Not a lot of running backs have this kind of receiving skills where they can turn, locate the ball, make a catch, and stay on their feet. Because then he just turns. He's got really smooth hips. And so he can turn, and he just turns on the jets and nearly outruns this guy. Let's watch this in real time so you can see the burst he has. He's going to hit a second gear here that not a lot of people have. See him, he's there, just makes a good catch, and then watch this, turns on the jets. You can see that acceleration. He went from normal speed to acceleration. So he's running here, watch this right here. And he nearly outruns the safety who's got a good angle on him. That's a weapon when you can get a running back out of the passing game that can get out there with that kind of speed and burst. So how is he in the run game? I want to talk about this. This is the Falcons against the Panthers. Here, they're going to run a play that we see a lot of times. Notice that they've got a fullback in the game. I'll bring this up and show you what they're going to do here. So here, they're just going to run a stretch play. We've seen this a bunch of times. As a side note, this is why you need a Mike McGlinchey type player at tackle, a very athletic guy, because this tackle is going to be asked to scoop block this D end. So he's got to get over and turn his hips and wall this guy off, because they're going to look to get this tight end up here on this linebacker. He's going to, don't do that, but he's going to help here and then look to get to the second level. These offensive linemen have to kind of work together because they have to figure out who's going to end up taking this guy, because again, they're going to try and scoop this guy, but if he just can't get scooped, then the center has to go and get the linebacker, and then your fullback is going to go and meet Kuechly. And so here you're going to see how when it's blocked up well, he has the burst, kind of like a Matt Breida, Jerick McKinnon, that he can be a home run threat. You just need a little crease, and he can take it to the house. So let's watch this. Notice how athletic this tackle is. He gets all the way over there, and he's already got his head on the other side of the defender. That's what you want from a tackle, and that's what's required in this stretch zone. Trent Brown couldn't do that. As great as he was as a pass blocker, he could not do this. And so this is one reason why we end up moving on from him and getting a Mike McGlinchey who can do this. Because now we're trying to get outside this tackle, and because that's going to put a lot of pressure on these linebackers. Where are they going to fill? How are they going to get up in there and fill? That's Luke Kuechly, who's a fast linebacker. He now has to choose which gap am I going to take. And that's the idea with a lot of these stretch, is that Coleman isn't necessarily reading the blocks of his guys. He's trying to read the linebacker, and that's which hole does he take, because he's going to take the other one. So if Kuechly had gone out here into this gap, he's going to look to cut it up inside. He sees Kuechly hasn't, so he's going to push and try and get to the edge. And the fullback just gets enough. Now you see that's hard. That's a hard duty for a tackle to get out there and wrestle with a D end. He doesn't hold his block all the way, but Coleman's got a burst to get through. And then he turns on the jets and just outruns everybody. Ends up getting a 55-yard touchdown. So here, let's watch this in real time, and you'll be able to see this burst he has to get through this line. He's going to press the hole. He sees it, burst, and then turns on the jets. He gives a little duck and go, and just outruns everybody. Let's watch it from the other angle so you can see. Watch his burst as he accelerates through here. This is just a different kind of speed. He's patient, and then here he turns on the jets, and he's going to go. He doesn't even look like he's trying to run that hard, but he's outrunning everybody. He's a home run threat no matter where you put him. You can use him out of the backfield in the passing game. We saw THL in the forum break down one of the plays that they used him split out a little bit, just running a vertical down the middle of the field. In the passing game, he's a weapon in the run game. He's a multifaceted weapon. This is kind of a prevailing theme with Shanahan and the players that he gets. He wants multifaceted weapons, guys that can do many things and can also be home run hitters. He's not interested in a guy that's just going to be able to run between the tackles really well all the time. He wants somebody that can run outside, that can run inside, that can catch the ball, and also has the ability to make the defense pay with a home run threat. That's what he likes. He doesn't like fullbacks who can just block or fullbacks who can just catch. He wants guys that can be able to catch out of the backfield, that can be split wide, guys that can be put in close in the formation. He wants guys that can do a lot of things and do them very well, but also have that home run threat. He looks for very specific traits out of his players, and that's why you see him building a team around guys that aren't necessarily do one thing very, very, very well. They can do quite a few things pretty well, but also have speed with them. Because he wants to make the defense pay, that if they get out of position by just a little bit, it's going to be a touchdown. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, just hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. That'd be cool. You can interact at 49erswebzone.com in the fan forum section. I'll post this video there. Thank you, everybody.